It is time for the weekly talk with Mike and I. And again, we don't know the topics. We throw the ball in the air and we just knock it out of the park. How you doing this week?
Good week. You know, a lot of crazy stuff. Shooting down at the courthouse, crazy thing there this week. Drive-by in Phoenix. So more information coming out about that guy, but just scary. You know, cops are doubling up in patrol cars in Phoenix, and kind of a necessary thing right now.
Yeah, and it all stemmed from literally the shooting that they had in LA on two police officers who were just sitting there, and actually they were there to protect the protesters that were having a rally down the way.
And I think that what we're hearing about this guy, and it's all very early on, but the guy here in Phoenix really had nothing to do with any of that. It almost was a personal confrontation. But because police are so on edge, it was just a safety precaution. So I don't blame the police for wanting to be extra safe.
Yeah, and that's something that people realize, that we used to actually have police officers patrolling together. And then again, that's where they talk about cutting the budgets and doing stuff, and that's where they had to go to one police officer in a car because they were putting them on other things. And that's what we're saying. Defunding the police is not about what everyone thinks it is, by just taking things away and not having less police officers. We need more on the street, especially with situations like this.
Yeah, you know what? A statistic that a lot of people don't know is that Phoenix is bigger in land mass and population than Philadelphia. Philadelphia has almost twice as many police officers as Phoenix. That's a staggering statistic.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's talk about that. And I guess that'll be our topic. Is we're coming into a time, getting ready to go more into election time. We're having more dollars coming here. We're seeing this more of divided advertisement going on. You know, your police department's going to be gone, or they're not going to help you. These police officers have taken an oath. They're going to be here for us no matter what the danger is. And I think people have to realize that.
Yeah, and you know, I said on the air this week, I was talking about it. Cut officers a break. If you get pulled over, they're going to be a little edgy. They're not. So make sure they can see your hands. Don't reach for stuff until they ask you to. If they're a little abrasive at the beginning of a traffic stop, kind of understand a little bit, because they're not sure of things right now. So I always do that anyway, just a little bit. Anything you can do to make it easier, it just goes better all the way through. And it's just something the average citizen can do to just make it a little easier on an officer. Yeah,
and again, you never know what they're stopping you for. It's not, and I have to say this as a black man, I always don't think it's because I'm black. And I know some people are going to be upset with me for saying that. But I always think that, one, maybe it's for my safety. To be honest, they're checking on me or something like that. And then just let them do their job. And again, as I always say, if you come across one of those officers that wants to, you know, be more aggressive, just let him, because you can get the badge number, you get the information, and then you can do something after. But don't get yourself into a confrontation like that.
Yeah, and you know, most of the time, if you kind of diffuse the situation, hands where a cop can see it, I always tell them I have a gun in the vehicle. It goes better. They understand that you're looking out for them as well, and it tends to go a little bit better that way.
Yeah, and again, Mike and I know we sit here, we talk this way, and so we're going, well, Mike, you know, you don't understand, you're white, and you can say that with me.
Yeah.
No, but it goes both ways. I think people have to realize that, I mean, we have black officers here in Arizona.
Right.
And they are also the ones who are stopping. I've been stopped by a couple of black officers who've, again, registration and everything, I brought it to them. They stopped me. I actually had a broken tail light I didn't know about. And they gave me a warning, and I didn't get mouthy with them or anything like that. But again, these guys are on the line here for us.
I got pulled over. They were looking for an armed robbery from a Circle K or a 7-Eleven. It had just happened. My vehicle matched the description. So they weren't upset with me. They were in a hurry to either clear me or arrest me. So they just wanted to get rid of me as a suspect, but they were in a hurry. They weren't, you know, it was pretty quick. So they weren't being short with me because they weren't being nice. They were looking for an armed robber, and it had just happened, and I happened to be in the neighborhood. So you just never know the circumstances.
Yeah, I know we talk this way and everything. We want people to continue to have these open communication that we have here. I know we brought up a subject people probably much are on the fence about. We both will probably get mail about it, but that's what we talk about. That's what we want people to do, right?
Yeah, when there's two sides, there's a lot of sides to a story. And in this one, there's a big conversation that should be had. If we go into it with wanting a solution, everybody wins. It's the adversarial conversations that seem to go nowhere. So I like talking with you about stuff, because we are always looking for a solution or a way to agree to disagree at the very least.
There it is. And I know we agree on one thing, and that is that we can catch you weekday mornings where?
We're Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on KTAR, 92.3 FM. We're on the KTAR News app.
There you go. All right, Mike, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, man.